Welcome to my kitchen. So today I'm going to teach you a little bit about knife safety. I always say that holding a knife is a little bit like holding a pencil. We were all taught one way to hold a pencil, yet we all kind of hold it our own way. It's the same thing with knives. But I want to teach you how I was taught in culinary school because it's been a game changer for me in the kitchen. So the way that I was taught is to hold the base of the blade right here at the top of the handle with your thumb on one side of the blade and your pointer finger wrapped around the other side. Now, depending on the knife you have, this may or may not work quite as well. You'll notice that I have a clean line right here that makes it really easy for me to grip the base of my blade. And then we're gonna wrap the remaining 3 fingers around the handle of the knife. Essentially, the point is to get a really good firm grip on your knife so that when you're cutting, you are able to cut more smoothly and can use the strength of your entire arm, versus if you were holding it way back here on the handle, then you're relying too much on the strength of your wrist and you're a lot more likely to cut yourself. So you want to have a really good firm grip on your knife. You also want to have a really sharp knife. So I know that may seem counterintuitive. If you have a sharp knife, you might get cut more easily. Well, actually the opposite is true. If you have a dull knife, then you're not going to be able to cut as smoothly and cleanly, and so that can lead to more injuries in the kitchen. So the last tip that I want to teach you about knife safety is called the claw grip. I know that probably sounds really awkward, and honestly it is. It's taken me a lot of practice in the kitchen to master the claw grip, but if you like to cook like me, it can be a big asset for you in chopping vegetables and different food as you're cooking. So what the claw grip is holding your food with your thumb and your pinky and then wrapping your fingertips underneath so that your knuckles are exposed to the blade. So I'm gripping my zucchini with my thumb and my pinky and then wrapping my fingertips underneath so that my knuckles are exposed. What that does is, instead of your fingertips being exposed and potentially getting cut, you're able to wrap your fingers underneath and your knife is always hitting up against your knuckles. That's what you want, and that way you don't accidentally cut through one of your fingertips, which is really, really sensitive. So what this looks like in practice, I have my good firm grip on my knife, I have my claw grip. So I'm going to just chop the end of my zucchini off. I'm going to cut it in half. And then using my claw grip, I'm going to hold my zucchini in place as I chop it through. Now notice, if I had my fingertips out like this, it's a lot more likely I'm going to accidentally cut through one of my fingertips, and we don't want that. So with my fingertips curled underneath and my knuckles hitting up against the base of my blade, that's what you want to create a lot more safety in the kitchen. And like I said, it's really awkward when you first start trying it, but with time and practice, it's just gonna feel a lot more natural. So until next time, happy cooking.